I'm Elaine Jagelski. You may have been encouraged to open to receive. However, the thing to consider is that you are always receiving. But what is it that you want to receive more of? Now, for most individuals, they're open to, and you might be one of those, to receiving the bad stuff, the negative stuff. You're probably really receptive to that without really being aware that you are. Meanwhile, you want to receive more of the good stuff, whatever that might be for you in your life. And so there's this idea that, well, you just need to open to receive more. You need to open to receive more. And that can be true as far as continuously increasing your space of receptivity, right? And so you might visualize or just intend or see what comes up to you or comes to you if you're asked the question, how big is the receptacle, if you were to think of it that way, for receiving good stuff? Again, whatever those things might be in your life. And just give yourself a moment to what comes to mind. How big is it? And then in turn, what about the receptacle for the negative stuff? How big is that one? And what's your preference? Of course, most people are going to prefer to want to have more of the good stuff. And so this idea of opening to receive is that it's aligning yourself with the preference of what you actually want to receive and feeling worthy to receive that, the good stuff. Most people, once again, feel deserving of the bad stuff. So most people have a huge receptacle in regard to what they're willing to take on as far as criticism, negativity, and even to the extent that, let's say you get 10 pieces of feedback about something, anything, and one of them you would term negative. Right? Maybe it wasn't as affirming as the other ones, or supportive or encouraging. Which ones do you focus on? Most people, unfortunately, are going to spend most of their time thinking about the one that wasn't glowing. What could I have done differently? How can I change this? What do I need to do? Oh, that was horrible. Whatever the stories might be. And it's not to say that you can't take that piece of feedback and go, okay, what can I take from this? Or why did it trigger me so much? And am I ignoring it? Or am I ignoring the positive ones and just focusing on this one? And so really the focus is on what's your preference and being conscious of opening to receive the good stuff. How good are you at receiving a compliment, just on the most basic level? And that may give you an indication of, oh, how willing am I to receive what I would term positive? And so that can give you an indication of that, and also may give you a hint in regard to your sense of worthiness. I would say deserving, if you feel deserving, but deserving often has the connotation of you've earned it. So it's like, oh, you've had to work for it, and so now you deserve it. Whereas worthy, being worthy, is that just because you're worth it. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to earn it. Because you want something, you're interested in something, that's enough. That alone is enough for you to be open and hopefully willing to receive that. Not all the other stuff, whatever you've told yourself that you deserve, or that you might not even be conscious of, but it's things that you don't enjoy. So take a moment to look at, what am I actually willing to receive? And how much space do I have in my life for that? How much space do I make for that? How well do I do when someone gives me something positive, gifts me with something, versus when they offer me something that is negative? You don't have to receive it. You don't have to take it. As with anything, just because someone offers you something doesn't mean you have to receive it unless you actually want to.